Good morning, everyone. How are you today? I'm going to clean my camera lens a little bit. There we go. Looks a little fuzzy. Oh, that's a little better. Sorry about that. Good morning. Today I'm going to start doing I Love Mermy reruns. I have a lot of backstock. Hi, Thrifty. I have a lot of backstock, and I need to start going back through that and rerunning some things. Plus, in the summertime, it tends to be a little harder to find new items here in Phoenix because of the heat. So a lot of the garage sales, estate sales, etc., aren't happening, which feeds into the Goodwills and the thrift stores, and so they're getting less and less during the summer. So that's what I think I'm going to do, is just do some I Love Mermy reruns. So a lot of glass. I do tend to gravitate towards vintage glass, so there is a lot of glass in the show today. A lot of vintage glass. I hope you enjoy it. Some pottery. And I do have quite a few, or not quite a few, but I have some pre-bids that I'll be getting to here pretty soon. I thought I'd get started a little early since there was only one other show, and give people options. So if there's something you'd like to see in the store right away, just holler it out and I will get to that first. Otherwise, I'll just go alphabetically through the show. If you don't follow me, please do hit that little follow button up there. And I do Monday weekly finds. So when I do my new stuff, I do them on Mondays. I do some jewelry on Wednesdays or Saturdays. And then Thursdays, it's usually some type of theme or just, hello, Noreen, welcome in. So take a look in the shop, and I appreciate you. Thanks for joining us here on Knickknacks, the best place on earth. All right, let's see what we have here. I just added this first set. It is in a box. I had another set of 6, but this is a set of 2. And they are the cut crystal. You can tell they've got that polished shine there versus, say, a pressed glass, which the other ones I believe are pressed glass. There's a set of 2, and they each have their own little spoon, which is nice. You oftentimes don't find them with their little spoons. So a set of 2. They have a little box that I got them in. No damage. I don't see really any flea bites or chips on them. So two little salt cellars with their individual spoons. High tea fiddler, and they're going to start at 10, and they are running. I decided to come on a little early. So since there's just one other show, and I'll hold off on my pre-bids for a little bit to give the pre-bidders a chance to come in. All right, thank you for looking at those, and that was our first item. If you see something you'd like to get into, let me know. All right, the next one is a pre-bid, but it's the next in line, so I'm going to go ahead and go there with it. This is a set of 6, and these are the pressed glass salt cellars. It definitely can feel the difference in the glass. So it's a set of 6. Let's take a look at each one. In good shape. This one has a little flea bite right there on the base where you can't see it. This one's looking good. These are without spoons. In really good vintage condition. Maybe just some little tiny bitty ones on that. Nice polished base on there. That's 4. Although these do feel kind of sharp, it's possible that they're cut as well. So a set of 6, and this High Maureen, the starting bid is $5. We have a pre-bid, and it is running. Hope everyone's day is going well so far. All right, and Beyond Treasures is going to take those home. Put those aside. And let's see what's next. We have this beautiful, I'm not sure if this is Canwa or who the maker is. It's in a Moon and Stars pattern. It's not Ellie Smith. And it's got this little crinkle here. It could be Italian. It could be another maker. It just doesn't come up as one that I know of. And I'm not comfortable saying if it is a maker unless I know for certain, but it's beautiful amber. I love the drape pattern underneath the moon and stars and that little crinkle crimp on the top. And that's going to start at 8 and it's running. Hello, Angie. I'm going to move this back a little bit so we can see it. There, that's better. All right, thank you for looking at that. Don't be shy. If there's something you'd like me to show right up front, let me know. I just added these this morning too. Finding things in the very back of my shelves that I haven't seen in a while, which is why I did a little bit more digging. This is an Anchor Hocking set of yellow, very light yellow, block optic almost. It's a creamer and sugar. In great condition. It is an open sugar bowl. And then the matching creamer. No chip on the spout, which is where you typically see it. It is depression glass. It does not glow, but I will check it just to be sure. No glow on there. And those are going to run for 8, and they are running. All right, thank you for looking at those. And next we have another Anchor Hocking piece. This is a milk glass bowl, great for fruit on your table or any colorful, maybe faux grapes or real grapes for that matter. It has the grape and leaf pattern on that. It has the gold edging on that, edges, and it has this beautiful, what is that, an octagonal pedestal on the bottom, and you can kind of see the anchor and the H. This is number 18 in excellent condition. Beautiful, beautiful milk glass. And that's going to start at 10 and it's running. Lot of glass hiding on my shelves back there. What I did is I just took one little section of shelf and I pulled everything off of it. And so that's why it's random. I didn't pick specific items. All right, this is actually another Anchor Hocking piece. This is the Moonstone pattern. It often gets confused with the French opalescent Fenton. The difference is, of course, the base has this little starburst pattern, whereas on a Fenton French opalescent, you won't see that on the bottom. Okay, so this is Moonstone. It does have the opalescence, a little bowl. It is in great condition. It is gorgeous. $4 start, and it is running like a berry bowl, I think is what I put it on there. You could just put some berries or a dessert dish of sorts. So that's Moonstone. And then I do have 2 pieces of Fenton in here that are the French opalescent. But next we have an antique in the house. It's an oldie but a goodie. It is Northwoods. It is antique. It is the leaf and bead pattern with the opalescence on the ruffle. You can see how it got its name. There is the leaf. They almost look like feathers, but it's leaf. And then these are the beads. It has this rolling crimp ruffle on it. Here is the base, and you can see that it has the Northwood, and you can actually see that from the bottom, and then it's facing the right direction. So this is Northwoods Antique Leaf and Bead Opalescent Bowl. $18 start on that, and it is running. I always like to think of when Northwoods went out of business, I think Fenton bought a lot of their molds, and so I oftentimes think of Northwoods as like a really old Fenton. Because you'll see a lot of Northwoods pieces done in Fenton. Hi, Harperta. Hello, Teresa. How you doing? This is just gorgeous, though. I love that. Long time no see, huh? All right. This next piece is hand blown, beautiful, possibly Italian. I don't know. Hello, Bengals. But you gotta love yellow. You don't see yellow very often. It is hand blown. It has this smooth pontil, but you can kind of see the pontil mark there. And then it has this kind of a mottled blue in there. Nice little vase. And then it has these little nubbies. So it's really maybe like a gourd-like, but it's not signed, unfortunately. So I'm not sure. It's some type of art glass, blue gourd textured vase. And I'm going to lower the price on this one. I don't think I got to it to lower. Most of them, as I listed them or as I put them on, I lowered the price on them. So this is going to start at $8, and it is running. Hi, Pisces girl. Welcome in. A lot of vintage glass today, some potteries. I do have a few pre-bids. I got on early. I will. Is that you, Teresa? I had a pre-bid on it, but I love that thing. It's so amazing. Yeah, we'll go to that next since I do have a pre-bid in. Getting close to the time I would have normally started. So here we go. So the peacock vase. Well, it looks like that's Beyond Treasures has this one in already, but it's that kind of that celadon glaze. A little bit of crazing, but not a lot. Some good detail on the feathers. A sweet little face. Beak is intact. Here is the base, a little chip there, but something that you wouldn't really see. Looks like it might have been used a little bit, but I don't see any other dirt other than that one piece at the very bottom. Looks like the water can go in through the head and out and back into the bottom. So that's a beautiful little peacock, and it is has a pre-bid, and it's starting at 10, and it's running. He's so sweet. Gotta love him. Thank you for your bids. I love peacocks. If I see a peacock, I'm picking it up for the most part. I mean, as long as it's nice looking. Thank you, Teresa. And I did hold jewelry from yesterday, so this will all ship together, okay? So I just figured, so I might see some of you today, and I didn't have time to package it up, so I'll put your jewelry with him, and that'll all be bundled together. All right, this next item that we have has a pre-bid as well, and it's this sweet little duck here, and it's all beaded with these little seed beads. I love the color scheme, the turquoise, the aqua, the dark blue, the yellow. It's got a little wire eyeball, little beak. It does have its original tag. It's from the Project Harambee, which was a Kenyan woman's group. All the profits supported HIV and women of Kenya and their children. And then it has the information there. But it's really nicely done. The wire is not super thin, so it's not real bendable. It does have some rigidity to it, so it's not going to fall apart on you. Sweet little duck, $5 start, and it is running with a pre-bid. Little trinket dish. You could also put a little planter in there just to dress up your planter. Oh, really? Yeah. Aw. Yeah, they have them here in Phoenix too. My son just bought a house and moved to Central Phoenix, and he said that he hears them all the time in the morning. They have a very loud cry. When we lived in California, we had them a little farm behind us. We lived on a little bit of property with horses, and you could hear them. So they are gorgeous, and they get way up in the trees, so they can fly short distances. So, hi Michelle, welcome in. All right, this last item has a pre-bid. It is George Briard. Let me get that up to stage. I have two of them. I think this is the bigger piece. Yeah, the butterfly. All right. I know, it's right? They are very loud. So this is George Briard. Let me find his little signature. There he is. George Briard. And it is the butterfly. What did I call it? Butterfly tidbit. Although I don't see any butterflies on here. Do I have them backwards? Oops, sorry, wrong one. It's a good thing I checked because I have two. And I'm like, wait, where are the butterflies? Here we are. Now this one. Also George Briard. Where is it? Right there. This one is the right one. It's the butterfly tidbit tray. It is rectangular, beautiful, mid-century, and it looks like Okie Lady has a bid on that. Hi, Regina. And it is running. Love the butterflies, right? I see Jocelyn picking these up, so I'm like, oh, I found two pieces on separate places, almost on the same day. Yay, all right, Okie Lady, that's going to you. I think that was all my pre-bids, unless you guys bid on anything coming up. So we're going back. If there's something you see, let me know. And you want to talk about loud. You don't know loud until you own parrots, which I used to. Sure. I used to own, I started out with a cockatiel when I was a kid. And then when I became an adult, I had a sun conure, which was loud enough, believe me. This one is called the Persian Garden. It's 8-sided, so it has these little cutouts here. I think I showed, there's his signature right there. And it has roses and other foliage, so I guess Persian Garden. $12, love. Same as the other one. This one's a bit larger, so go in a bigger box. You got it. Here it goes. It's running. So then I got into my poor little sun conure passed, and I got a umbrella cockatoo. They loud. And then I had a Malaccan cockatoo. Those are the pink ones, and they're much bigger. He was pretty quiet though, but he was a pretty quiet one. Thank you, love. It's beautiful. I like his pieces actually. Now that I've seen them in person, very mid-century. All right, so we're back to the beginning unless you guys have requests. So we're going to start at the top with this art glass. It's a maroon swirl with red rope or cord or whatever you want to call it. And the red cord is all there. It's a little hat-shaped vase. So you see these sometimes. This one is probably, it's not a studio glass, you know. Hello, Julia. Or, yeah, Julia. But it's cased white on the inside, and then outside it has this maroon colored swirl or feathering. Has a nice polished base, and it sits like that. Great for flowers or however you'd like to style it. $12 start on that. It's running. It does not glow. It's not old glass. It's not vintage per se. It could be vintage, but it's not real old vintage. It's hard to find them where the rope, you know, here is intact. Usually it's broken off at some point. Another art, this one's definitely art glass. It is signed. It is Italian. It is stunning. It's an end of day glass. Hello, second time around. It's an end of day glass. It is signed on the bottom. BST, if I can find it. There we are. It's BST Goto. There's GOTO del Forjasa. In 2002, it's got the rough ponto. Be careful, it's a little sharp. But they took the colors and things that they had used throughout the day and mixed them together, and they've made this little vase, or it could be a tumbler, however you'd like to use it. It's got a little bit of orange fleck in it, but it's mainly blue and yellow. It's gorgeous, signed, Italian, and it is going to start at 15, and it is running. Thank you, Bengals. Yeah, it is a nice piece. And when you find them and they're signed, and you can look up this furnace for Hassa furnace, and you can kind of get an idea for Goto de Forjasa 2002, which makes it vintage, right? Thank you, Bengals. It's pretty. That's one of my favorite pieces of confetti glass, kind of a confetti glass. This next piece, guys, I think it's something special, but I cannot find the maker on it. I mean, I have glass all over the place. Got to do some rearranging here. But it is so beautiful. So it's a blue and gold porcelain tray, and I'm going to have a hard time kind of showing it to you. Maybe from above would be better. Let me get it laying down. It is an old cobalt blue with raised. It's kind of got the feathers. I mean, I'm sorry, the heather. Or I don't know if these are artichokes or heather, but they're raised, so they're kind of like a moriage style. Wherever there's gold is raised up, and then the blue over here, you can feel the painting and the glazing of that. So the top is blue and gold, and then the bottom is the porcelain color. And I do not know. I've looked, I've Googled it. I cannot find out who this maker is. I know that I probably have a very low price on this, and it's possible it would sell for a lot more. I see Bengals has got their bid in on it. It's going to start at $20. It is amazing. It's something special. I just can't tell you what it is. I just know it's special. There we go. It's running. Nice tray, gorgeous coloring. It'll be nice to see how you style it. So you'll have to send me pictures. I did find something similar, but it was on I think it was on a creamer or I think it was on a pitcher or a creamer. It was a while back, so I can't remember. Thank you for your bids. Maybe you know who that maker is. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's French. I don't know if it's Japanese or. Thank you so much for your bids. I'm glad you appreciate it too. I've held on to it, trying to get an ID on it, and it's just time to let her go. Oh, Bangles, it looks like you're getting that one. Thank you. Yeah, I think so too, loves. It's beautiful. You never see something with that coloring, that dark blue and gold. It just makes it look rich, and it's well done. It's not hurry. Was not hurried in the making. Would you call this heather, or would you say these are artichokes, guys? What do you think? The leaves look kind of spiny. Sure. I'll hold it up for you so you can take a picture of it. Maybe you can. Yeah, if you do find out, it looks like it's a K, maybe a G, and like a backwards C. Not sure. And there's another little mark here. I don't know if that's going to matter too. Let me see if I can get it up there so you can see it. Here's another little mark. I think it's the same thing. I think it's like something CK. All right. So it did have a couple of little marks on it. I think it's probably old though. Thank you so much. It's a beauty. Hello, Hetty. Welcome in. All right. The next thing I have here is some old Cambridge 1930s. It's a paneled vanity jar. I don't know if it had a lid. They do show it without, and I actually have two of them, and they both are without a lid. So I'm not certain that it came with a lid, but I can run both of them. If you are interested, we'll run one and see if we have any interest, and then go from there. $5 start on that Cambridge glass. And it's a beautiful amber. It's not your typical yellow amber. It's more of a gold amber. And it has the little panels on the side. Be a great little trinket dish, or a little planter, succulent, or whatever you want to use it for. M&Ms, especially maybe Halloween M&Ms coming up, right? Hello, Dr. J. Welcome in. And I have a little candle wick. One of my little pieces left. I used to have a lot more of it, but this is one of my last pieces. It's just a little divided serving dish. So ketchup mustard, mayonnaise mustard. I do have two spoons I didn't put in if you're interested in this. And then I do have some spoons, condiment spoons. They're bigger though, so I don't know that they're particularly best for this. But Candlewick, $3, and it's running. Hi, Amy. Check out the shop, guys. Lots of vintage glass in there today. I went through as I loaded them. I picked one section of shelf and I pulled everything off of it, and you guys got some deals. All right. These are really good. Just, because it's clear, you can pair it with any season. All right. Let's see what's next. I love this one, and I'm not sure who made it, but it is a cabbage leaf. It's clear. It's like a tidbit cake plate. You could put the little mini cupcakes on it, or a smaller cake or cheesecake on it. It's got this cabbage leaf pattern, and then even the handles look like little cabbage leaf. It has two little handles, and then it has a sweet little pedestal so that it's raised up off of the table, so it's not going to look like a plate that you would eat off of, but it would display nicely. It's a clear cabbage leaf tidbit cake plate, and it's running. Hope everyone's day is going well. I'm in for another 115-degree day, which is why I really haven't been doing afternoon shows, because this room is on the side of the house where the sun sets, and by the afternoon, it's a little warm. All right, I have a couple of daisy and button top hats. This one, I need to look at it to see if it is Indiana glass or if it's Fenton. Okay, Indiana glass. This one's in Indiana glass. The way that you know is that the buttons on the side are really big, whereas on a Fenton one, the buttons on the side are the same as they are all over the items. So this is an Indiana glass, clear top hat. They use these to put cards in or cigarettes in, but they make great little vases. This one's in excellent condition, no chips. I love the daisy and button pattern. I don't care if it's on clear glass or colored glass. It's amazing. And this is going to start at $10 and it's running. I do have one Fenton, a small green one that's Fenton. The other one, green one, is also Indiana glass. I managed to get my token Fenton in. It seems like every show, except for, of course, jewelry shows, I sneak in a piece of Fenton somehow. All right, thanks for looking at that. This is just a really neat etched, grape etched picture with a green handle that does not glow, if I remember correctly. No glow on there. This would be a great vase. You can see the etching of the grapes there, and then this has some leaves and little vines that interconnect with that, and then it has that green handle, which is kind of interesting. I like the little pop of color on that. Could be used as a vase or just a sweet little breakfast orange juice pitcher or sangria or cream, however you'd like to style it. Great little pitcher. $10 start and it's running. All right, thank you for looking at that. Let's see. Oh, I'm surrounded by glass. I hope I get through this without hurting anything, including myself, because that hit my elbow. All right, we have another pre-bid. Let's take a look at this Sun Purple dish here. Sun Purple is this was a clear glass, but the manganese component of the glass, when left in direct sunlight, will turn purple. I have two Sun Purple dishes, this one, and then I have another candlewick serving tray. But that's how it gets that purple coloring. But it's just a very faint lavender. This does have a straw mark in it, which is typical for the older glass. It would just kind of fold in the mold. Cute little nut bowl in great shape. $3 start. Bingles is in and it's running. Not sure who the maker is on this one. Okay, Teresa. Yeah, I'll get that jewelry and your other purchase to you. No worries. It should bundle itself up. So thank you, Bangles. And then we have this beautiful little vase. I love this, like a sugar frit or a sand frit. Do you see the texture there? Isn't that neat? Beautiful little flower on a cobalt base. There are, it has this cut top. There are a few little flea bites that I'm not convinced are chips. Maybe they are, but they're very tiny. And then I put that there is some hard water wear inside, which you really don't see unless you're letting the sun come through. But it's a neat little vintage frit sand texture sugar. Hi, Kiko, $5 start, and it is running. I just think that's so cool. Look at the texture in there. Is it sugar or sand? I'm not sure. It's like an upside down hanging rose too. Thank you for looking at that. And then I can't resist owls. And so I have this beautiful piece. It's more of it's a newer, more contemporary tray plate, but it is a gorgeous watercolor owl by Dean Krauser. Beautiful little owl. Fall is coming, and then it's embossed and signed by D. Krauser. And then on the back, Dean Krauser, bigskycarvers.com. And it has some sticker residue on it. Beautiful little, it looks like what, about 8 by or 7 by 7. And that's going to be starting at 8, and it's running. It says Dan, it should say Dean Krauser. He must be an artist, a watercolor artist. Hi, Mama Debbie, welcome in. Beautiful, beautiful owl. I love the colors on that. It's not your just typical browns. It had some blues and yellows and stuff on there. Then I have this really light metal framed, it looks like it's aluminum or leaded metal framed votive holder. Hi, Trish. How are you? Welcome in. It's two-sided, but it's kind of, I think you could also use it as a napkin holder, guys. I was thinking about that yesterday when I listed it. I'm like, oh, that could be a napkin holder too, but it's two-sided. It's got these cute little etched daisies in there, kind of a triangular. The metal is very lightweight. And this is what the bottom looks like, kind of a mirrored bottom in that shiny metal. And it's going to start at 8, and it is running. I just love these little panels with the etched flowers in there. You could put a paperweight in there too, and it would be beautiful. It's just like a little house for something. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for looking at that. What else do we have? Oh, yes, here's a few. I did have a few pieces of Fenton, as I mentioned. So this is a Fenton French opalescent hobnail bowl. It is pre-logo, so prior to 1970s, they did not put their embossed logo there. They would put a sticker. This one doesn't have a sticker. This is French opalescent, not to be confused with Moonstone, which is this Anchor Hocking Moonstone. Different, but similar. You'll notice the hobnails aren't as pointy and big on the Moonstone. Plus, Fenton would never have this starburst on the base. So that's kind of how you tell the difference. It's a sweet little bowl, and it's going to start at 12, and it is running. French opalescent. If there's anything you'd like to see, let me know. I'm happy to pull it up for you. Thank you. Putting you down. And then the other piece I pulled, these are my only French opalescent pieces I have. Unless you want a cologne bottle, I can pull that in too. I have a lot of milk glass hobnail. So this is the ruffled nut dish, again, pre-logo, so prior to 1972, 73. French opalescent, your typical Fenton ruffle here. Hi, Rita girl. $10 start on that, and it is running. Also great for putting a pillar candle in. It's just the right size, dresses up your candle, especially if you put like a color, like a red candle in there. Oh my gosh, it looks like it's fancy red candle with a opalescent ruffle on the bottom of it. Gotta love it. All right, let's see what's next. Here's that Fenton. This one's a smaller daisy and button, and you'll notice on the side, the daisies, the buttons are all uniform size. Hello, Amanis. Welcome in. So these are like toothpick holders. They could be cigarette holders, anything like that, or dirt, holders. Beautiful. This is like an emerald green, whereas the you can see the color difference. It's more emerald in color. Sweet little small daisy and button top hat, $10 start, and it is running. There's the daisy, there's the buttons. These make little, good little planters too. All right, thank you for looking at that. Then I've had this, I got this in Tennessee 2 years ago, I think. Now, we went back to Tennessee, my first time ever going and seeing fireflies. It was so amazing. This is a Hall China refrigerator pitcher. It is missing its stopper. You can get a cork stopper and put it in there. It looks like it may have never been used. It's heavy duty, made exclusively by the Hall China Company for Hot Point refrigerators. I love the blue color. I think that's just a glaze mist. No chips, no issues with it, but great to hold and keep your water cool. It's pretty heavy, so check the shipping on that. And that one's going to start at $15, and it is running. Nice little piece of vintage. I'm not sure what year they were made, but I would say 1940s, 1950s possibly. So it's in great shape for being that old. Maybe 60s, I don't know. There you go. And then we have this cutie. This artist, Lisa, I think is her name. Yeah. I think that she must live in our area. I see a lot of her work, but I love it. It's always nicely done. She always signs it. Her S looks like a Z almost. It's a heart-shaped picture in creamer. So I love the purples and the pinks on that. The glaze is just, and there's a little drip. It's just beautiful. I don't think I lowered the price on this one though, so I'm going to lower it to $8. I knew I missed some, but I tried to get to everything and lower it and give you discounts on it. So since it's especially the stuff that's run before. So this is going to start at $8 and it is running. She does some other pieces. I see the hearts a lot, and then she does some other pottery like bowls and smaller things, not usually very large things. Hello, Fragile. Where did I get that from? Right there, I think. Sorry about my arm in the screen. All right, I do have some Regency stuff. I can't remember where I heard it from, maybe on one of these videos that I watch. But the Hollywood Regency stuff is supposedly coming back in vogue. This is a beautiful cherub, Hollywood Regency style. The top is a crystal ashtray, but it can be used as a trinket tray. It has this beautiful screw top with the flower that screws in and keeps the crystal on top of the cherub. There is a little bit of wear on some of the gold, as you can see, like I imagine picking it up, or maybe that was how it was designed. I'm not sure. It is heavy. This is the heaviest part. Oh, look at that. Look at the facets on that. You can see how it's multiplied. It's so cool. Here's the underneath, and it goes all the way in. That's where the screw is if you wanted to detach it from the base. And so you've got, it looks like it's a deer. Do you see the deer head? Trying to get the grapes that the cherub is holding. Pretty cool piece. That crystal just needs to be shined up. Let me give you an example. I do have a little bit of glass cleaner here, and you can easily get it shined up. Ooh, Yeah, it's like sparkling. That's going to start at 19 and it is running. It is a heavy one. And then I have one other Regency style with a dolphin fish on it. Thank you for looking at him. I need to tighten that on a little better. There we go. And here's that Indiana glass top hat that we mentioned. There's the big buttons there. It's running. This one's the larger hat. Great Indiana glass. I love Indiana glass. More of a olive green to this one than the emerald green on the one before. Thank you for looking at that. If there's anything you guys want to see, let me know. I'm happy to pull it up. More Indiana glass. Beautiful. Look at the berries on this. It's berries and leaves. It's kind of a triangular shaped bowl. And it has the marigold carnival finish on it. Iridescence. It's beautiful. That's a good idea. And you can even, on the filler, tea fiddler, is even put like a little velvet, or felt or something on the top and sew it to some cotton and stick it down in there, and your hat pins could go in there too. I like that idea. I think that's a wonderful use of those, because cigarettes not much of a thing anymore, but hat pins, absolutely. This one's going to start at 8 and it's running. I'll have to remember that. Maybe I'll try to style one that way and show it to you guys one time. I have those 3, so I might have one more in my other room. Thank you for reminding me of that. All right. I love Japanese stuff, and my husband picked these up for me. He does like some shopping, and he knows how much I love Japanese stuff. And so these are Fukagawa, and there's 3 little chopstick holders. So you put your chopsticks here, and then you could have your soy sauce. Emily, hello, hello. You could have your soy sauce in there, and then let me grab the rest of it. Oh, there it is. So there's 3 chopstick holders, and then it also has an individual soy sauce dish that goes with it, all from Fukagawa, which apparently is a very good porcelain maker for Japanese ware. So you're going to get all 4 of those little dishes for $5, and it's running. I need to use them because sometimes I will grab some sushi from Fry's, or we have Fry's out here. That's our grocery store. And it would be nice to just be able to park your chopsticks there. Maybe I need to start using them, huh? I have chopsticks. I should use the chopstick bowls. And then I have this Jeanette glass. I love this dish. It does have a chip on the lid right here. So when you lay it on the base, it's going to look like that. You can take a little nail file to the edge to just soften that a little bit, but it is a pretty small chip and hard to see. This is, I don't know if this is the cube or whatever. I can't remember the name of it. I put cube there, but you could also just use it as to put something to put your cotton balls in, a trinket dish, whatever you'd like to use it for. It's that beautiful depression pink, and it is a Jeanette trinket dish, lidded dish, starting at 10, and it is running. Hello, Janine. Welcome in. All right, setting her aside. Oh, I love this little guy. He is so cute. He is Lefton. He's right there, marked Lefton. There's his number. Got some grease pin from Goodwill on it, but look at, he's pulling a little cart with an apple and a pear in there. He's got his little hat. He's like a yellow green, not real green, not real yellow. If you don't like the fruit, you can turn him around and show him on the other side. He's in pretty good condition. He might have been used a little bit, but or it just could be the glaze just pulled in those areas, and you can kind of see it goes, the reservoir goes up into here. He is adorable. We've got a pre-bid on him. Bengals is in the lead on that. It's running. He's adorable. Hi, Hetty. Welcome back. If you haven't been into some of my shows before, I live in North Phoenix, Arizona, and we have wild donkeys here, and they are so amazing. We were in the jacuzzi this morning, and thank you so much, Bengals, for that purchase. Oh, you didn't? Okay. Let me write myself a note. That's all right, sweetie. It's happened to me before. I was one time in Junkyard Dogs, and it was like a real expensive item. And I don't know, on my phone, I must have like touched to like exit out or something. I had to tell Kathy, I didn't bid on that. So cancel the donkey for Bengals. No worries. I got you covered. We'll get that canceled after the show, okay? No worries. I know it happened. It happened to me. I mean, I think it was like $150, and I'm like, what? No, I didn't bid on that. It was beautiful. It's just not something I would normally want for myself, you know? All right. This is a light blue Last Supper little trinket tray. They make them in all different kinds. I think they're Indiana glass, all different colors. This is just a very light blue. Great to just, set your jewelry on, your rings at the sink. Sort of a non-traditional ring holder, if you will, but it's got the Last Supper portrait on there embossed, and that one's going to start at $5. Okay. What I'm going to do, Ida, is I'm going to make a new listing for it. Okay. And you can bid on that one, and then I will cancel Bengals after the show. Does that work? All right. So let me just find that. Where did it go? I think it'll let me do a duplicate listing. There we go. Let's see if I can. Yeah, here it comes again. I'm duplicating the listing. We'll go back up again and move it to the stage. Here it is. Let me find him again. Where did he go, my friend? There he is. There you go, Ida. There's that cute little guy. See, it all worked out, Bengals. All right, and here we're starting the auction. Thank you for your bid. I find it always does work itself out. Thank you, Ida. I love him. He's so sweet. So yeah, we do get those wild donkeys. And this morning while we were in the jacuzzi, it was they were hee-hawing, and I don't know. Some mornings they're just really verbal. This morning they were very verbal, yelling, making brain. I don't know. Sometimes they come in our front yard. This is a beautiful abalone lucite trivet. Look at that blue. That's my favorite color. Abalone Handicraft. Opals of the Sea set in a heat-resistant plastic. Quan Quan Company, Los Angeles. Very vintage. Not too scratchy on the surface, but I mean, if you're going to lay stuff on it, it's going to get somewhere. Oh, well, good, Ida. See, it worked out for you too. That so Bengals was just kind of, keeping it in your mind, right? That's awesome. $8 start. It's about 6 inches across. Very sparkly, beautiful. Nice trivet. I like the really thick corks on the bottom. There you go. I agree. That's what she did. She just held it for you. Thank you for looking at that. If I can find a place to lay it now. All right. I've seen Jocelyn pick these up, and I never found one. And I did find this one. It does have, you'll notice that it does have a little wear, some tarnish right there on that strawberry. But if you, put it another direction, everything is good. It's got these, it's heavy, it's metal, and then it's got these little strawberries. It even has a little butterfly and some little enameled flowers. No other damage other than that one area of tarnish right there. And it is amazing. I don't know who made these. Did I put that in there? No. It is going to start at 18 and it is running. I'm not in the Tutti Frutti show, or I could have saved this for Tutti Frutti. Oh. I don't have a lot of fruit themed stuff though, so I'd have a one item show. It is cute, I agree. Hello, Heather. Put that, it's just heavy. Stay. All right, how about some pink depression glass? This one I did have a call out on. It does have a chip. I'm not sure. I'm not up to par with my depression patterns, but maybe somebody knows. But it's the pink. It is a column. Here's the base, and there is the chip on the one. It's on the creamer. Beautiful little depression glass, creamer and sugar. That's not going to affect using it. It just, and what does everybody always tell me? Cracks in the back. Cracks and chips in the back, please. Here's the matching creamer. Open sugar, not creamer. That's going to start at 6, and it is running. I must be getting close to the bottom. No, I still have quite a few items. That's good. All right. Might have to take my sugars and creamers down to my booth. Here's the other Regency style. This one's, I love. It's got this little milk glass seashell. And then it has that dolphin fish on there. Dolphin with an F, not with a PH. So it's marble base. The dolphin fish is brass, and it has this milk glass shell trinket top to it. Let me see if I can show. Oh, hello, Becca. See the little shell dish? You could serve caviar in there, my friends. No, just kidding. But it is a beautiful Hollywood Regency style trinket dish. Here, let's show you the base. It does have the felt piece on the bottom. There's the marble base, so it is fairly heavy. This just needs to be straightened a little bit. It is a little leany, but my table's also leany, so I don't know how bad it is. $19 on the Regency dolphin dish. All righty, let me put that aside. And back where it can't hurt anything. And this next item, I do find Polish pottery on occasion. My mother-in-law found these. She knows that I do. I buy it when I see it. This is a very different type of pattern. It is Polish pottery. It's a set of 4 of these bowls. I have half a mind to keep them and use them. But look at the little checkerboard pattern, and then a little faint blue. It's almost like a restaurant wear type situation. There are 4 of them in excellent condition. And you know Polish pottery, it's like nearly indestructible. Well made. All there, all 4. $40 start on them, and they are running. I just don't have any black or checkered. I do a lot of reds and florals. All right, well, thank you for looking at them. My mother-in-law collects it too, but she collects the peacock pattern, so she can't use those. These I got as part of an auction lot. I don't know who the maker is. I can't get any of the lenses so they must be like a depression glass. They're painted on the reverse painted, so it's on the other side. And there are 2 green ones and then 3 red ones. Very Christmassy colors. Christmas is coming up, as it always is, right? So you get a set of the 5 plates in really great condition, and for $10. Green and red striped. But I just could not get a match for who the maker might be. Hi guys, welcome in. Little dessert plates, I think. Hello, Nick Nack Janny Whack. Welcome in, guys. Oh, I am. Thank you, Nicolosi. Nicolosi, thank you so much. I hope you had a great show. I did pop in to see your beautiful brooches before my show started. Well, everybody, thank you so much. And if you don't follow M. Nicolosi, please do. And let's see if we can find something to celebrate our raid with. I know I have stuff around here. Absolutely, I do. Let's see. How about, I have something. How about a elephant with trunk up? And we're going to start him at $1. Good luck, elephant. Let me get him added in. Thank you so much for the raid. As always, never any pressure to bid. It's just to say thank you. Raid elephant. $1. And he's probably not 1 pound for sure. He's not. 7 ounces maybe. And again, I always return any overages. Remember, the elephant with the trunk is good luck, and it was good luck that I got my raid. Here we go. Let's run that. Oh, I did 20 seconds, but I should have done like 10. And then we'll get on with what the next item was. You have a lot of brooches. And some of them, I saw like the dragon one. Oh my goodness. They were so beautiful. Thank you again. That was to say thank you. All right. What's next? Okay, here's some pottery. And I have had this one for a while. I just love the colors. It is a big, huge mixing bowl with spout. Look at this. It is gorgeous. It is not signed. Well, it is signed. It has a W. That doesn't tell me a whole lot. But look at this gorgeous glaze drip on the side and the interior. It has a handle, which is awesome. When you're mixing, you can hold on. And if you need to pour your pancake batter or whatever it is, banana bread batter. You can just pour it straight from there. It is a nice big bowl, and it's going to start at 16, and it's running. Hello, Kathy Cap. Welcome in. So, how many of you have gotten roped into this sourdough craze? I have to raise my hand because I did. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. It's just really smooth, nicely done, sturdy. Anyway, so I was just thinking, oh, maybe I should use that to make my sourdough, but I think it might be too small. So I'm waiting for my starter to be ready. I started my starter before I went to California, and so it would be ready by the time we got back, and my starter got mold on it. So I had to dump it and start over. So now I'm on day 8 of the second starter, and hopefully, since it doesn't travel with me, it won't get icky. Look at this gorgeous Kim W. made this. Look at the crystalline on there. Glaze. Look at the beautiful crystals. It has a very narrow pedestal on the bottom, and you can see there's Kim. I think it says Kim W on there underneath the grease pen that Goodwill loves to put. It is a little wobbly. The base, what I would probably do is either find something to hold it or put like a felt piece on the bottom to give it some sturdiness. It's not wobbly because it's broken or anything. It's just so small for such a big flare on the bowl. Yeah, Becca, I can pull that for you. Let me run this little friend here first, and then we'll look at that purple heart bowl, okay? So look at this beautiful crystalline. It is signed, and it's going to start at 20, and it is running. Hello, Gam Gam. Welcome in. I always see Jocelyn picking up the crystalline and the Bill Campbell, and believe it or not, I have found a lot of pieces of Bill Campbell out here in Arizona. I love it. So this, I was explaining, Becca, I know you weren't here when I showed it before, but it is signed, and I think this artist must live nearby because I find a lot of her stuff signed. It's signed Lisa or Liza, because their S almost looks like, I guess it's an S. Lisa on the bottom. Beautiful little drip glaze on it in pinks and purples. It is like a cup, or it could be a creamer. It's just really sweet. No chips, no issues. Hello, Redeemed in Green. And it's going to start at 8, and it is running. Thank you for asking about it. Always feel free to ask to see something. I'm going to run it anyway, so there's never any pressure. But yeah, I'm all about showing you stuff when you want to see it. Here's another sun purple piece. It is Candlewick. And again, as I explained before, it is not meant to be purple. This color purple I don't think is ever a real color, but it was clear at one point, and sometimes intentionally or accidentally, people will put it in the sun or in the direct sunlight in a window or whatever, and it will turn purple because of the manganese content in it. This is a 3-part serving bowl, Candlewick, 3 sections, beautiful sun purple, $8 start, and it is running. And it will get darker, I think. I don't know how dark they get, but this one's pretty dark compared to that other one. All righty. And I love my Indiana glass. This is one of my favorite colors and patterns that Indiana glass did. This is the teal color, and this is the Windsor pattern, which you can see it has these little buttons on it. It is an ashtray, but you can use it and style it however you'd like. It is gorgeous teal glass. It is Indiana glass, and it is going to start $12, and it is running. Oh, some of these have been on my shelf for a while. My fingers are all dusty. Thank you for looking at that. We have about 4 more items, and then I have shown everything in my shop. But we'll do a table scan, and you can kind of look before we rate into somebody. So, or if there's something you want to request me to run, you can do that too. This next item is just gorgeous. It just looks kind of Art Deco with the black and the white and the gold. So it probably was a cigarette box or maybe a playing card box, but it has this beautiful rose on here. It is porcelain in excellent condition. It has, it is Thomas porcelain from Germany. It is just stunning. It needs a little cleaning on the top. It's got some dust on it. Where's my little rag? What did I do? There it is. Yeah, it's cleaning up nice now. It's kind of got a better luster to it. And that one's going to start at 8, and it is running. Hello, Blue Daisy. Thank you for looking at that. Then I have this stunning piece of copper on metal. I just love the colors and the design in this. And it's like a triangular bowl. So it's triangular, and it has this blue-green with the little squiggles in it. Looks very oceany. There is a little wear here. Not bad. I mean, not huge chips. And a little there. And the back is black. So it is copper, and then they've enameled it with this design. It's going to start at 15, and it is running. It's just stunning. The colors are beautiful. It helps that they're my favorite colors too. All right, thanks for looking at that. Let's see where I can put that. How about this? We were speaking about parrots earlier, weren't we? Here's this, I think this is like a Goffin's cockatoo planter. It could also be a wall pocket. It's so you could put it on the wall, and it would lean against the wall. Then you could put a little flower plant or something in there. It's got a little dirty nose. It's not chipped. It's just, I don't know, maybe some of the paint got there when they were painting this, and they got some brown on his nose. Beautiful little wings. No chips. Obviously, it has been used in the past. You can see the water stain there, but everything is all A-OK. I'm not sure. Oh, it says Morton Pottery. I think I must have found a match for that. Morton Pottery Parrot Wall Pocket Planter, $15 start, and it is running. I don't know if any of you follow any bird pages, but I love the Coco Chanel and something too. I can't remember. I love, and Coco's a Goffin's cockatoo. I just love birds. All right. I almost did it. My elbow caught it. Woo! We almost had a catastrophe. How about some Westmoreland? Beautiful blue milk glass Westmoreland. Look at it has the petals of the flowers are frit. They're raised. Hi, Jackie. And just hand painted little blue leaves. Gorgeous hearts laced. You could put little lace in there or ribbons in there to dress that up. You can hang it on the wall. There you go. That's the name of the painter. There's the Westmoreland mark. It's just beautiful. Powder blue milk glass. I love it. $15 start, and it is running. I think I only have one more thing to show you that somehow didn't get in my list, but I have it here on the table. So I'll get that added, and then I will do a little table scan for you before we find somebody to raid into. So take a look in the shop. If there's anything you see that you'd like me to run or show you, let me know. And I'm going to try to find this purple. There it is. Purple slag. Looks like it's Northwood. I didn't know that. That's what it's called anyway. Let me edit the listing. Take down. It was priced at $18. I'm taking it down to $15. Put that up to stage. It is a purple slag bowl on a pedestal. It has this threaded design. It's a compote. Beautiful purple slag glass. I don't see very much of this out my way. That's going to start at 15, and it is running Spool of Threads, I guess is what it's called. Thank you, Becca, for your bid. I had it out here on my table, but for some reason it didn't get added into the show. Gorgeous. Thank you so much, Becca. All right, guys, that was my last item to show you this morning. It's morning here, still 10:23 here. Let me get some of this back up on the stage and give you a good scan. If there's something you see, let me know. All right, I'm going to pick you up and move you around, so hold on. So we had some sun purple glass. We had a cabbage cake plate. We had this set of 5 little plates for $10. We had some Polish pottery. We had some beautiful teal glass, some moonstone, a berry and leaf bowl. This one didn't get in the show either. I can run it if you're interested in a pink tulip bowl. We had, I sold the one set of 6, but I did have these other 2 salt cellars that have their original individual spoons, glass spoons. We had some top hats, some Regency stuff. We had some Fenton, some Jeanette glass, some little vases. We had some Japanese chopstick holders and soy sauce holders, little moon and moon and stars crimped compote, some enameled copper, some crystalline, that beautiful mixing bowl. This crystalline, we have this Hall refrigerator pitcher, some top hats, some depression glass creamers and sugars. And that was about it for my show today. I'm not sure when I'll be on next. For sure I'll be on next on Monday. I do my weekly finds. So far, here, let me show you my weekly finds bin. It's a mess. I still have to, get everything in the show. But you can kind of see I have some Carnival glass. I have this really neat, it's a poodle light. It's so 50s. It's adorable. I have some Delta kitties. I've got some check glass. I have an Alarihe, and I'm still shopping, so this is not everything. There'll be more stuff, hopefully. So I'll do some more shopping this weekend, and whatever comes up, we'll put it in the show on Monday, or usually around 9:30 Arizona time, which is Pacific time, 12 o'clock, 12:30 Eastern. But I might try to come on Saturday with some jewelry. But thank you so much for joining me today and for always supporting me. I appreciate you. Let's see who we can go and raid into. Looks like we have a choice between Gretchen and Fragile. I think I rated Gretchen on Monday, so I'm going to share the love. And let's go see Fragile. She has ephemera, which is always fun. So you guys have a great day. We'll see you soon. We're going to go see Fragile.